Hello, everybody. This is Kathy. Today is Saturday, October 30th, the day we're recording. If you're listening to this replay, it's whatever day you want it to be. So this is our online yoga. We're going to go ahead and start in a minute. But for right now, I'm just going to go over a couple of things. You will be muted. I'm going to mute everybody. But if you have a question during the class, feel free to unmute and ask your question or make a comment. That's fine. And I'm going to remind you during class when we're doing a movement to move slow. Slow is better. It trains the brain. Become aware of your movement and your breath. Movements where you do them with purpose and awareness are better than repetitive movements with heavier weights. So that's why we move slow and just become aware. We'll repeat the movements 3 to 6 times. Listen to your body. If pain arises or you have a spot that hurts, make the movement smaller, make it slower, or stop altogether and rest. So we're going to go ahead and start with a static rest. I'm going to adjust my mat just a little. Now you can put your legs up on a chair. You can have them flat. You can have them bent with feet flat on the floor. It's whatever you choose to do, what you find is comfortable for you. If you have a bolster, you could put it under your knees. That might work for you as well. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. As soon as I get set up myself here. I have washcloths under my head just for support. We're going to go ahead and start the timer.
Hey, Kathy.
Yes.
Are you spotlighted your own self?
I had spotlighted myself. Yes. I thought I had.
You did. I'm sorry. I just had it set up right. Wrong. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now stay where you are and slowly move your head from left to right, just a couple of times. Just to loosen it up a little. And we're going to do vagus nerve reset. So you can do this a couple of ways. You can put your hands behind your head to stabilize your head. Or if you feel that it's stable enough, you don't have to do that. You can put your hands at your side, but you need to keep your head still. And all you do is you move your eyeballs to the right. Your eyes can be open or closed. And you move your eyeballs only to the right and wait for a sigh, a swallow, a yawn, or a gulp. And then once you have, move your eyeballs only to the left and wait for a sigh, a swallow, a yawn, or a gulp. In my case, I yawn right away, it seems. Now do this 2 more times on each side without my cueing. Now for the next movement, if you're on a chair, I'd like you to move it just away. So we're going to do head ramping. And it's much easier if you're just flat. So I have therapy bowls, but you can put whatever you want behind your head, your washcloths, a sponge ball, a brick, or therapy balls. Behind your head at your occipital ridge. And by the way, that's just right here, where the scalp meets the neck, I learned. And head ramping is pressing the back of your head into the floor, into the ball, into whatever you have it resting on. Your chin will follow, but you're not moving your chin. You're moving the back of your head. Take a couple of breaths and then bring it back up. And then down, pressing the back of your head against the mat. Couple of breaths. Come back up one last time. Back of your head against the mat. Again, the chin follows, but it's not leading. And then up. Okay. Now for breath work, stay laying down. I'm going to sit up because I need to cue you. We're going to do square breathing. Excuse me. So square breathing is in excuse me. Inhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, exhale for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Now do it 2 more times at your own pace. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do are hypopressives. I tend to say hyperpressives. Via gets on me for that. It's hypopressives. And we're going to do the classic. So, lying down, your head on some type of support. Now we flex our feet. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat today. Flex our feet, put our hands up towards the ceiling, round our arms like we're hugging a tree, turn our palms towards the ceiling. We're going to take 3 breaths, and then on the 3rd breath, we exhale and hold for the count of 15. So inhale, exhale, deep inhale, exhale. Here's the last one, inhale. Now exhale, let it all out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, your arms come down. Exhale, your feet come down. All right. Good job. We're going to do this 2 more times. So feet flexed, heels only on the floor. Arms up and rounded like you're hugging a tree. Flip your hands so your palms are pushing against the ceiling. We're going to take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Breath out all the way out of your lungs. Hold for 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, your arms come down. Exhale, your feet come down. Very good. Now the last one. Feet flexed, arms up, flip your hands, 3 breaths, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, last breath, inhale, and exhale, all of it, all the way out. Hold your breath out. Counting to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Inhale, arms come down. Exhale, feet come down. All right, you guys, good job. Good job. What's next on my list here? Okay, floor seated. So bring yourself up to a floor seated position. We're going to do one of my favorites, the hip circles. So you can either cross your legs or you can put one in front of the other. Now, several ways you can do this, but one thing is important. Keep your chest open and your shoulders back. The tendency is going to be to lean forward. Try to keep your back straight and your chest open. If it helps, put your hands behind your head. I know it helps me to do that because I tend to slouch. And what we're going to do is bend down towards our right knee, move over to our left knee, and then come back up. Now, it doesn't matter how far you can go. If you can go all the way, that's fine. If you can only go part way, that's fine too. Just as far as you can. Keep your back straight and your chest open. So down to the right, over to the left, and up. And then down to the left, and over to the right, and up. That's 1. Down to the right, over to the left, and up. Down to the left, over to the right, and up. That's 2. Down to the right, over to the left, and up. Down to the left, over to the right, and up. 3. Down, over, up, down, over, up. 4. 2 more. Down, over, up, down, over, up. Last one. Down, over, up, down, over, and up. All right, good job. Now we're going to do the side bend. Let's change the cross of our legs. Side bend, you want to keep your sits bones on the floor, both hips on the floor at all times. So only go over as far as you can while keeping both hips on the floor. And you want to aim your elbow, your upper arm elbow towards the ceiling as much as possible. You won't be able to go straight up, but that's okay, just as far as you can. So we're going to lean to the right. Oh, I've got to get my phone, which I've misplaced, and set it. Hold on 1 second, because we're going to hold for 40 seconds. So lean to the right, hand along the mat, upper hand goes above and over. Again, both hips on the floor. We're going to stay like this for 20 seconds and then move our arm. Okay, now move your elbow down till it's even with, I'd say, your chin or your nose, and feel that stretch down the back and under the arm. Arm up, torso up. Okay. Other side. Hand along the mat. Other arm above. Elbow towards the ceiling, both hips on the floor, on the mat. Okay, lower your elbow till it's even with your nose and feel that stretch in your lats. Latissimus dorsi, the swimmer's muscles. Okay, arm up, torso up. Good job. Now we're going to do the spine twist. I'm going to angle just a little so you can see what I'm doing. So left foot, left hand on right knee, right hand behind you. Turn 90 degrees to the right and just hold that. Now, if you want, you can do a side to side rib movement. That is up to you. Rib cage slide. Most importantly, you want to keep your back straight. Your head can either go to the side, it can go to the front, whatever is most comfortable. We're holding this for 40 seconds. Okay. Now the other side. Right hand on left knee, left hand behind you, spider fingers. So just the fingers on the mat or the floor. And either look to this over your shoulder, over your left shoulder. You can look forward. You can slide your ribs back and forth. That not back and, well, yeah, side to side, not front and back. I was doing front and back. You want to go side to side if you can. If not, this is a perfectly good stretch, just like this. Bone building. That's what we're doing. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is something we haven't done in a while in Via's class, and I thought we would benefit from it, called the Getups. If you recall, we're going to be getting up from the floor. So have your chair or coffee table or counter or something handy that is something for you to hold on to. And we're going to do our get-ups. Now, the get-ups is how to get up from the floor from a sitting position to get up. I have to tell you a short story. I was watching a TV program the other day where the person was cross-legged and their name was called, so they just like hopped right up. They were 22 at the time. I'm not 22. I can't do that anymore. So when I get up, usually it's like this. I'm sitting, you know, sitting on the floor, whatever. Then I'll go to this position. And then you put one hand on the chair, the opposite leg in front. I curl my toes to help me, and then rise to a standing position. Now, when you're doing this, you want to put the opposite hand on the chair from the leg that you're putting forward. Let me do that again. So we're sitting on the ground. We go hands and knees, and then knees. And put my right hand on the chair. My left leg comes forward. I flex my toes, which helps me, and stand up. Now you can do it either way, with left or right. So we just did 2 times with the right. Now we'll do 2 times with the left. So here we are on the floor, hands and knees, left leg forward. Did that before. Right leg forward, left hand on chair, flex toes, come up to standing. We're going to do that one more time. We're on the ground, hands and knees, right hand on chair, left leg forward, flex your toe, use your legs to pick yourself up. One more time on each side. You have to remember that when your left hand's on the chair, your right leg is forward. So we're on the ground, hands and knees, left hand on chair, right hand forward. Up we go. Other side. On the ground, hands and knees, right hand on chair, left leg forward. Up we go. Okay. So I guarantee if you practice that, you'll be better at it. I had to practice at that. All righty. So now guess what we're going to do? We're going to do a squat. So if you have a brick, you can use it several different ways. You can either use it the long way and put your bottom on it this way. You can use it this long way and use this as your base, or you can go down as low as this and use that. So for a squat, what we're going to do is we're going to squat for 3 minutes. And let me see my timer. So whichever way you do it, you want your feet, in my case, a little further than shoulder length apart. The block is between, and just sit right down on it. And that's the easiest way. You can, again, go a little lower or a little lower still. If you need the support, that's perfectly fine, or none at all. So we're going to be here for 3 minutes. Now, ideally, you're just like this. You can go into prayer pose if you want, totally optional. If you need to come out of it, please do. This isn't always the easiest pose, but it's a good one. We want to keep our back straight and our feet are at 45-degree angles. Have something nearby to hang on to if you need to. You know, the other day I was cleaning my kitchen floor and I had to get down to get something, and I found myself squatting instead of coming down on my knee or coming down on both knees. And it was just a lot easier to get up from. So it is easier for other people than others, some than others. So again, if you have to come out of it, that's fine. Just sit on your brick, contemplate life. We have a minute and a half left. Squatting is so good. I know it's hard, but it is so good for us. "45 seconds. I don't know if you can hear my birds in the background. They like to make noise in the morning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So you can come out of your squat a couple of different ways. You can come up into a forward fold and then come up, or you can just lean forward and come into a hero's pose. So that part's done. Thank you guys. That was very good. Oh, okay. The next thing is the back bends. So I need to unplug my computer. Just bear with me. Little production work here. We're going to do back bends at the wall, back bends and spine twists.
Kathy, just a little update on my mom. She's still having problems and can't get on.
I figured so, or she would have been on by now. Okay, thank you. Thanks for helping her. She's had issues with her internet before.
I'm not actually helping her, but she's having to call the tech support.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the update. Okay, back bend at the wall, back to the wall. I'm about 2 or 3 inches from the wall. So need to set my timer for 40 seconds. Okay, so arms up and back, fingertips or palms on the wall. I can only do fingertips. We're holding this pose for 40 seconds. Our chest is completely open. It's a great chest opener. Now, this is a true bone building pose. All right. Okay, come out of that. Now we're going to do the spine twist at the wall, also for 40 seconds. So right shoulder at the wall, right foot in front, left foot in back, arms up, forearms against the wall. Your hips should be facing forward. Your chest should be facing the wall. We're going to hold that for 40 seconds. Your head can do whatever it wants to, face the wall, turn to the left, turn to the right, whatever feels comfortable. We're mostly concerned about twisting the thoracic spine, the upper spine. Okay, good job. Now we're going to turn to the other side. I'm going to talk louder because I'll be facing away from you. Left side to the wall, left foot forward, right foot back, arms up, forearms on wall. We're going to hold this for 40 seconds. Again, this is an excellent spine twist. Okay. Come out of that. Good job. Going to move my computer back to where it was. When you work with a small room, you do what you can. All righty. Now, the next thing we're going to do is the half round. If you don't have a half round, a thick book would work. I would recommend getting a chair or something to stabilize yourself. Now, there we go. Trying to make it a good angle so you can see. All right, so we start with the right foot on the left side of the half round. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. 30 seconds. We're going to hold these poses for 30 seconds. So this one is just static. If you can, your heels on the ground. We're just getting a good calf stretch in here. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. Do not look down. I'm guilty of that. Try to keep your back straight and your head upright. Should feel the stretch in the back of your calf, possibly further up your leg. Feels so good. Oh, I love this stretch. All right. Now the next stretch, you're going to lean in just a little. It's hard to show this. Your foot is still where it is, and your ankle is the one making the movement, leaning in. The knee follows, but the knee's not making the movement. So you lean in just as far as you can. It's not all that flexible. We're just trying to stretch it a little. So gentle stretches. We don't want to pull anything. Should feel the stretch in your ankle. You don't have to move very far. Okay. Now, the next stretch is moving the ankle in the other direction, and it'll move even less in that direction, but move it to the outside. Again, you're stretching the ankle, the knee follows, but does not initiate the stretch. So it's even more restricted because of the way our ankles are built. So you won't be going very far. Just enough to feel the stretch in the ankle joint. Okay. Go ahead and rotate your ankles, move them around a little bit. Maybe walk, take a few steps around your room. See if you can feel the difference between the two. I can. Okay, now we're going to work on our left ankle. So we're going to start with the static stretch. So that's just straight ahead, stretching the calf, possibly a little further. 30 seconds. I do these stretches a lot. My calves get really tight. Okay. Off. Now, leave the foot where it is, but move the stretch and in the ankle towards the center. It's not going to go very far, but just initiate it by the ankle. The knee will follow. All right. And then the last stretch is to the outside. It's even more restricted. So just stretch it towards the outside as much as you can. It's not going to go very far. 30 seconds. Okay. Good job, guys. We can put our chairs away. We don't need them anymore. And our half rounds. We're going to go back down to the mat. Yeah, we've got a couple of floor things to do. Okay, let me put this back. Hold on. So let's go to the mat. We're going to do a bird dog pose. So hands and knees, tabletop. Now this may be difficult for some of you, so I'll show you some adaptations. But the idea is that we're going to move our right leg along the floor, along the mat, and then raise it. And then while we do that, we're going to raise our left arm. If you're unable to do that or hold it for any length of time, you can just move your leg back, keep it on the floor, or even your knee down, and just raise your arm. So we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. Well, we're going to take 30 seconds for the whole thing. So hands and knees, right leg back along the mat, raise, try to keep your hips even. Left hand pointing forward. We're actually holding this pose for 15 seconds. If you need to come down, go ahead and come down. That's perfectly fine. All right. And let's go into a quick child's pose just to rest from that. Now, feel the stretch. Okay, back to tabletop. Now we're going to do the left side. So slide your foot along the mat, lift your left leg and your right arm. You can hold this pose. You can put your foot down, put your knee down, just lift your arm, just lift your leg, whatever works for you. All right. Now come back into a child's pose, just to take a breather. Okay, now we're going to do our prone back extensions. So we're going to lie face down on the mat. If you need to, put a cushion under whatever might be uncomfortable. I put one under my forehead because I don't like to squash my nose. So we're going to be face down like this with our palms up. We'll take 3 breaths. And on the third exhale, we'll rise up our head, our shoulders, and our arms just as far as we can without hurting our lower back. If it starts to hurt back here, lower yourself or stop altogether. And then we'll come down. And the next time we do it, when we raise up, we'll go into airplane and then we'll come down. So we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. So inhale. Exhale, raise yourself up. Make sure you're not hurting your lower back. Look directly down at the mat. I have a tendency to look up. You want to be looking directly down. Inhale and exhale, come down. All right, now the next one is airplane. We're going to do the same thing, but then we're going to put our arms out. So inhale and then exhale, come up. Inhale and exhale, arms out. Like an airplane. Again, your head is looking directly down. And you're only as high as your back will allow. If you can't do this, just go ahead and do the original move. Or just raise your arms. Should have shown you that before. Okay. So now we're going to do the thoracic stretch. Where our arms are out in a T. Our head is facing to the right. And then we take our right leg. Now we can move our hips any way we want and pull it behind. We're going to hold this pose for 30 seconds. You can do whatever you want with your right leg. Your hips can be stacked. If you can't touch the floor, that's fine. Just wave it around in the air. Do whatever you want with that leg. Just make sure both your shoulders are on the floor. Bring it back. Look to the left. Lift your left leg. Bring it over. Your hips can move with it. Keep your shoulders on the floor. Do anything you want with that left leg. Move it over as far as you can. If you can't touch the ground, that's okay. Just as far as you can. I feel an adjustment in my upper back when I do this, which is weird. Okay. So that's it, you guys. You did good. Thank you. Now go ahead and roll over on your back for Yoga Nidra. I'm going to lead you through a 61-point guided meditation, which works on your nervous system to balance energies and increase your mental harmony. So make sure you are comfortable and warm enough. If you want to support your legs on that chair again, you can go ahead and do that. Whichever position works for you is fine. Allow your awareness to flow to the points that I mentioned without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, your right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to stretch. Stretch your legs out. Stretch your arms out. Move your fingers and your toes. circle your wrists and your ankles. Go one way, then the other way. Stretch your right side. Stretch your left side. Yawn if you have to. Pull your right knee to your chest. Pull your left knee to your chest. Hold both knees to your chest. Roll back and forth. Feels good on that lower back. When you're ready, roll towards the computer. Resting your hand on your lower arm, or resting your head on your lower arm, using your lower arm as a pillow. Use your upper arm to pull yourself up into a seating position. Try to keep your back straight. Come into whatever your favorite seating position is. I'm going to unmute everybody, or Caitlin, can you unmute everybody for me, please? Thank you.
I can ask to unmute, but
Oh,
people have to do it themselves.
to unmute, that's right. Unmute yourselves. Put your hands in prayer pose and press those hands together. We didn't do a lot of shoulder work, so this is pretty much it for shoulders. And then soften your pose. Bow your head forward, feel that stretch in the back of your neck. I want to thank you all for joining me today. I'm sorry, Via couldn't make it. But I'm glad that the rest of you could. And I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be your teacher today. And remember that there is a light in every one of us, and we are all one light as well. So we're going to end the class by saying namaste.
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 Patty.
Thank you very much.
Ready?
Thank you.
Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathy, that was fabulous.
Oh, good. I'm so
Great.
glad.
Really, really